A few days ago, I'm looking through my YouTube comments and I see somebody commented, "Everybody needs to see Arrested by Kamala, a Black Mother's Story." And I was like, that sounds interesting. It sounds a little strange. I've never heard of anything like this before. And so I went and I searched it on YouTube and I watched the video and I was shocked. I couldn't believe that this actually existed and that there is not more publicity to this. This is something that actually everybody should see. And it's almost like this should be used in Donald Trump's campaign because of how bad it makes Kamala Harris look. And just in her time in California, how much she has really ruined the lives of so many people. And now all of a sudden, she wants to act like something is going to change and some miracle, by the grace of God, she's going to do anything good for our country. And so that's the reason I want to show you guys this video, so you can get an understanding of who Kamala Harris actually is. Please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. And let's get into this. Try not to cry.
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom, and I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I'm so proud of you right now, because you walked all the way down here and I wasn't expecting you to walk.
My daughter, Shayla, suffers from sickle cell anemia, a chronic, painful genetic disease.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
It's a very sharp stabbing pain, and it hurts a whole lot. Like from my chest all the way down, it hurts, including my side.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
Kamala's horrible policies hurt mothers like me and the Black community. My name is Sheree Peoples, and this is my story. I am a single mother. I've worked as a certified nursing assistant and a caregiver. My daughter Shayla was...
I'm sorry, but can you imagine handling all of this? And on top of that, you're raising a kid by yourself. And meanwhile, Kamala Harris is trying to put you in jail because she's just insane. And she doesn't actually care about anybody.
Born in 2002. When she was born, she was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. It affects all major organs in the body and also causes extreme pain. Her whole life, she has been on medications like morphine and Dilaudid to help her control the pain. In addition, she had to undergo blood transfusions every 3 weeks. My lifestyle became taking care of her almost full time. It is pretty typical for kids with Shayla disability to miss a lot of school.
I just got out of school. I've done 3 full days this week. Oh, I'm so tired.
And for years, the teachers were aware of her condition and her absences were all excused. California schools get their state and federal funding based off of average daily attendance. Schools are paid about $30 per student per day.
In San Francisco, we threatened the parents of truants with prosecution.
I first heard of Kamala Harris when she got elected California Attorney General.
We are putting parents on notice. We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
She wrote a report saying...
Wait, so this is crazy. She doesn't care about the kids going to school. They just wanted more funding for their school. Am I getting that right? Jeez.
Truancy was costing California schools $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
Kamala then wrote a law making it criminal for parents if their kids miss school time. Kamala even wrote a book called Smart on Crime.
You can read an excerpt from the book that she just plugged shamelessly. It's called Smart on Crime.
Talking about arresting parents for truancy.
I sent a letter on my letterhead out to every parent in the public school system.
In 2012,
Like, guys, she's so proud about ruining these families' lives when I'm sure if there's one mom right here, there has to be hundreds, if not thousands of more people who have been affected by her horrible policies, yet somehow she's supposed to be a great president.
like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. It was like a crazy intimidation tactic.
I'm going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
I thought, wow, this woman doesn't have any empathy. Is it because she's not a mother? I also thought, how could she not understand it would disproportionately affect people of color, single Black mothers? But honestly, I didn't imagine it could affect me. Her teachers had her medical records from the Children's Hospital. I even had a 504 plan, which was an agreement between the school district and the parents to provide care for students with disabilities.
She did everything she was supposed to do and more. She went above and beyond. Did Kamala Harris never even consider any special or unique situations where kids wouldn't be able to go to school? That is so messed up. And this isn't the first time she has arrested people carelessly.
It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant.
Stop. And this is the same lady who wants illegal immigrants to run free and commit crimes, kill people, bring drugs, and never prosecute them. They're free to go because they're going to vote for my party. But meanwhile, American citizens who haven't even committed any crimes, sorry guys, you need to go to jail. Are you crazy?
Out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuff me. So they take me outside for what you call a perp walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there, the newspapers were there. You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating. I was taken to the Criminal Justice Center. They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified.
And it felt like I caused her so much pain because in reality, it is because of me, even though I know it's not directly my fault. Sorry.
The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a Black mother being arrested.
It was a truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were Black. I think Kamala Harris wanted me.
Is this not like a little bit of evidence that Kamala Harris is actually the racist one? I mean, people are always throwing out, oh, Donald Trump is a racist, and then you ask him why, and they have no clue. Yet, if anybody ever asks me why Kamala Harris acts in racist ways, I am gonna bring this up.
As an example to threaten other single Black mothers, like this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other Black single mothers like Toya Daniels who got arrested the same day.
So, like, not only are they arresting them, but they're publicly shaming them. What?
But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges: failure to supervise and encourage school attendance, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
Does anybody else feel like she's just a major troll? She has no business being a presidential candidate. And along with all of this, she is going to use this as something good that she has done in the past. She's like, I prosecuted criminals and we did so much work. You should have seen how we helped the kids go to school and increase their attendance. Like, she would totally twist something like this on its back and cover up this story, and anytime that is ever brought up, she would just say that it was a complete lie, because that's the kind of pattern I'm beginning to see in her behavior. And honestly, I never really cared about her so much anyways, because I was just kind of like, you know, she is a puppet, she's not really in control. But seeing the things that she has actually done and the amount of lives she has affected so negatively is just really horrific, and it's kind of hard to not like her. And shouldn't this lady sue them? Shouldn't she be getting some type of, I don't know, maybe perhaps compensation, or at very, very least, an apology publicly from Kamala Harris if she wants to shame these single moms for having real reasons for not taking their kids to school and struggling so much. She wants to shame them for that, lie about it, say that they're gang members. Then she should at least publicly apologize if she's going to publicly shame them like that. Give me a break.
And different prosecutors. They kept pressuring me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail, but I kept refusing because I did nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago, and right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
In 2015, after 2 years, they finally just gave up and dismissed my case. In 2018, the Supreme Court of California ruled that truancy cannot be punished by incarceration. It was unconstitutional. The courts finally stopped Kamala Harris' abuses. When I look back, I ask, why did Kamala Harris arrest me? Why was Kamala Harris so insensitive to a Black woman with a handicapped child? Well, first, I learned that Kamala Harris has no common experience with Black people. She grew up with an Indian mother. I remember she kept saying she was Indian.
To become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
What we're gonna cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
And I learned she grew up in Canada, not in the United States, and went to a wealthy high school. I think in Canada, she must not have been exposed to American values, which respects the rights of individuals. When Kamala
There's also a clip of her recently that said she was talking to somebody and they told her, oh, well, you have family that has gone to Stanford or Harvard or like all of the elite schools. And she's like, yeah, I have. And it's like people are commenting, wait, if your family has gone to all of the world's most prestigious schools, then how are you considered middle class when year's attendance at those schools is like $100,000 at least?
Harris ran for president in 2019. They asked her about arresting people like me, and she just lied her ass off.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We never sent a parent to jail. And no parent went to jail. And we did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because Kamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Kamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by what has been?
I can imagine.
I want to thank this mom, first of all, for everything that she has been through, because now that it is past, it's a lot easier to perhaps reflect on it. But imagine actually going through 15 years of courts while taking care of your daughter by yourself, losing your home. Thank you for going through all of this, because in the end, you were able to expose who this lady actually is at such a pivotal moment in our world, because the US economy affects the entire world. And people from every country, I see a lot of comments, they're like, I'm from Switzerland and I would never vote for Kamala, or we're from Mexico and we want Trump. You know, there's a lot of people. The whole world is honestly writing on this election. So thank you so much to you and to your daughter for having gone through all of this. And your daughter is a beautiful trooper. I loved how she kept such an optimistic mindset throughout all of the things that she was going through, especially when so much of it was so unwarranted by Kamala Harris. It's absolutely disgusting, and I'm glad that we're revealing who she really is. And then, like, the fact is that it comes back to our present day because she's continuing to deny it when people ask her. And I'm happy that people ask her about it, but nobody has drilled about it as they should, because nobody drills on Kamala Harris. When they talk to Donald Trump, they want to drill and get to the bottom of it and tear him apart and write all of these nasty articles and even shoot at him multiple times. We have had various assassination attempts on Donald Trump, so there's so much hate towards him, yet Kamala Harris just cruises on by, and she is the real criminal. She is the real bad person in this situation.
Imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco mayor, Willie Brown. And today I see...
Are you his daughter? No, I'm not. Then exactly what are you, and how are you getting these positions? Would you mind explaining that? Should we bring that up?
She tries appealing to Black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're gonna do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Kamala, how stupid do you think we are? And I saw Kamala's Twitter photo. That's from like 20 years ago. She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see she's 60. I seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. She was calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And yeah, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single Black mother. All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Kamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals. Why? As borders are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English just so they can get more government money. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
to this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Kamala Harris owes me an apology and my daughter an apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
Kamala Harris for president is probably the worst thing that could ever happen. She is the worst candidate that we have ever had for a president. Let me know if you agree with that, and let me know if you have any other instances like this that we can look into to continue spreading the truth about this presidential candidate. And please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.